guys, it's 21 Maxwell here, and welcome to the 89th edition of the TNA TEW series. Unfortunately, the episode that I was due to bring you of Impact, the file got corrupted after being recorded, so unfortunately, that episode get missed out. We'll basically now give you a rundown of what happened, and then we'll bring you TNA Lockdown after you get a rough idea of how we're going to work towards it. So in the show that we booked for the third week of March 2016, got us an 83 B+, was a great show. We booked it in the southeast region and it got us a decent attendance of 11,772. The pre-show saw Madison Rain defeat Alison Kay. It saw Jason Paul defeat Mannix. That was two wrestlers we're looking to push in the future. So it's all about getting them some momentum and obviously hoping to get some working improvements. We had Matt Sydal defeat Redman. And with the tag team of Bobby Lashley and Rob Van Dam defeat Morrison and Matt Morgan. We then had Celeste Bonin, Hikaru Shida, Taylor Hendricks and Taryn Terrell defeat Velvet Sky, Vida Scott, Rosita and Amazing Kong, which done well to get a lot of worker improvements to various knockouts. And in the main event of the pre-show, the Soldier Ant defeated AR Fox, DJZ and the Evil Ant on his debut to retain the TNA X Division Championship. In the main show, we start off with Adam Cole coming out for a promo. Basically, he's saying Daniel Bryan's not here tonight. He's put him out of action. He's going to see him at the pay-per-view Lockdown, and he is going to get him down for the 1, 2, 3. We then had Hawkins defeat Davey Richards in a pretty decent match, again to put the Central Champion over. Before Mia Yim defeated Christina Voneri, she was then blindsided post-match by the cheerleader Melissa, who got the beat down. It makes you wonder, can Mia Yim defend her Knockouts Championship this Sunday at Lockdown? After this, Lance Hoyt defeated Joey Ryan. After the match, Joey Ryan decides to beat down Lance Hoyt before Harry Smith comes out, saves the day, turns face, and reunites the Killer Elite squad. After this, we have a promo from Roddy Piper, hyping up Drew Galloway, saying it's going to be Drew's time this Sunday when he defeats Hawkins to become the Central Champion. We then had Ricochet defeat Chris Hero via dodgy tactics. We had a great match between Adam Cole and EC3 where Adam Cole picks up the win in less than 10 minutes. A great match there between those two. CM Punk then sends a warning to Ricochet saying don't get involved in my match. And then CM Punk defeats Samoa Joe in the main event, an 85, a solid match, where Ricochet comes out, tries to interfere, botches it, which gives CM Punk the win and a good victory. And yeah, that's pretty much the show. I think after it, we also had Ricochet come out and beat down Punk, hold up the championship and say, I'm going to become champion this Sunday. So, before I reveal the card, you see, show rating 83. What that did mean, typically this would be the video that corrupted. We are now a national company. Yep, we got enough to finally make it to national. You see here, you've achieved this size by reaching 65% importance in 8 regions of America. You are currently in a warming up period before turning national. You are eligible for national wars when it expires in, I think it's 36 days. I think it says 36 days. So yeah, importance is good. It's pretty much the same as everything else. We look at the 65s, but apparently they gave us it, so we'll take it. Hopefully continue on that momentum here. We have put bids in for a couple of wrestlers. I'm not going to reveal them, that's for a future episode. We also have ended a few alliances with a couple of companies to try and ensure we can steal those wrestlers and really kick on and try and become the second big company. As for the match card for this evening, you'll be looking at Adam Cole versus Daniel Bryan, CM Punk versus Ricochet for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship, Hawkins versus Drew Galloway for the Central Championship, the Hollywood Supernovas against Team 3D against the VIP list against the Killer Elite squad for the Tag Team Championships. We've got Mia Yim and Melissa tangling for the Knockouts Championship. We have an X Division open for the #1 contendership between Redman, DJZ, Evil Ant, Red Titus, Prince Devitt and Tiger Raj Singh. The winner shall take on Soldier Ant later on in the evening for the TNA X Division Championship. EC3 will face Samoa Joe one more time, and our lethal lockdown will be Chris Hero, James Storm, Rob Van Dam, AR Fox and Matt Sydal, taking on the team of Jacob Goodnight, Jeff Hardy, Rhino, Tommaso Ciampa, and a surprise which will be revealed later on in the episode once we have Lockdown. So that's your card, guys. I'm going to go and book it now. In the second part of this video will be the event. TNA Lockdown 2016. Enjoy! So here we are guys, we're at the pay-per-view portion. We have a jam-packed show today, 2 pre-show matches and then a massive 20 segments, filling up our 225 allocated minutes. So there you go, a TNA pay-per-view that's going to take over 3.5 hours. Who'd ever have thought that, eh? But that's what we're going for here. Hopefully it advances a lot of storylines. One thing I'm quite concerned about, there's a lot of matches that are suffering from repetition, i.e. it's more than their fourth time or more booked, so we may have a couple of big matches that may actually falter and have poor ratings. But we'll see, we'll hope for the best kind of show possible, and hopefully it can keep us national and hopefully begin this big drive we're hoping here with TNA. We'll put the show in the Carrier Dome in the Tri-State region. Reason for that is really just because 38,129 fans expected. I thought we could go somewhere and sell it out, which would be like 20,000, but I thought why not just take the 38,000, try and get every fan in, and if we can get more fans, great. If we don't, well, hopefully we don't lose too much money out of it. So that's the plan, just to capitalise on that and get as much money into the company as possible, especially some potential new signings on the horizon. But here we go, as I say, 2 pre-show segments, over 20 segments on the actual show. Enjoy this episode of TNA. Enjoy TNA Lockdown. So we start off in the pre-show, good opening match. We end up with only 33,000, so that's pretty disappointing. 4,000 less than what we were expecting, but in the match they had some good action and average heat. Bobby Lashley defeated Davey Richards in 8:45 by pinfall with a spear. I got a solid 73 B-. Can't argue with that. No skill improvements, which is quite disappointing. But overall, it gets the job done. It keeps Bobby Lashley on a wave of momentum, and hopefully, we can maybe find something for him to do. That's decent. And in the second pre-show match, with a good match, with some good action, but not much in the way of heat between Crime Time and Christopher Daniels and Eric Young, with Shad Gaspard getting the win in 9:21 when he defeated Eric Young with a G9. 56 C-, to say it's going to take time to continually build up Crime Time, especially Jason Paul. But Eric Young improved his technical skills, Shad Gaspard improved his performance skills, and hopefully both guys can get a bit of a boost from this and hopefully carry on and properly propel them into the tag team division. Now time for the actual pay-per-view. So we start off with the usual pyro. The lights are raised and several sections of this excited crowd are shown waving various signs. The focus then switches to the announce table where Jim Ross and Mike Tenay, our announce team for tonight, introduce and hype tonight's show and the expected impact of the likes of Adam Cole, Daniel Bryan, CM Punk and Ricochet are likely to have. Jim Ross had a dreadfully stale character, a change is really needed, so note to self, change JR's character, but a 74 B- there, and that kind of gets the show off to a good start and a bit of hype about it. We start off with the 6-way X Division match, and the match had some good action but not much in the way of heat. DJZ defeated Rhett Titus, Fergal Devitt, the Evil Ant, Tiger Raj Singh and Redmond in 9:45 when DJZ defeated the Evil Ant by pinfall from a loss to dust. 58 C- there. No road agent unfortunately. Redmond's improving his technical skills. The negatives were just people being inconsistent, a couple of poor gimmicks, and not playing to the crowd well because we were told to go to kind of work the crowd and get the crowd going. But a decent start on that with Fergal's last appearance for us. But I've done a job there and kind of get the crowd going and hopefully kick us into this pay-per-view. Next up, in a match that had some good action but not much in the way of heat, the first match that was going on for the 4th time, which is Mia Yim defeating Melissa in 10:48 by pinfall with a Kiss of Dragon. Mia Yim makes defense number 4 of her TNA Knockouts title. A solid 60 C, so that's very good between these 2 knockouts. No skill improvements. The only negatives were just stamina. But I give the knockouts an opportunity to have a long match, show them what they can do, and fair enough. Hopefully that can push on the Knockouts division and bring some prestige to the title. After this, Madison Rayne comes out and fires t-shirts into the crowd. I just needed an extra segment to take up to 225 minutes, and really just, if you're thinking it a real show, you want more time to give DJZ a rest before he's into the X Division match, so I thought, right, we'll do this for a couple of minutes, and it gets her some TV time as well. So that's a 53 C-. Next up is an About featuring great action but not much in the way of heat. Soldier Ant defeated DJZ in 9:34 by pinfall. Soldier Ant makes defense number 2 of his TNA X Division Championship. 65C, pretty happy with that. So I was struggling who to give the #1 contendership to, but I thought DJZ could be a good person that could have put Soldier Ant over, and overall I think we get a decent rating out of that, so I'm happy with that result there. Then Roddy Piper backstage being interviewed by Matt Striker. He's hyping Drew Galloway versus Hawkins, and that's a 71C+. Matt Striker's developing better performance skills and also promotes the Central Division matchup next. And then in a match that featured great action but not much in the way of heat, so we need to continue to build the heat up. Hawkins defeated Drew Galloway in 13-12 by disqualification. Hawkins makes defence number 2 to his TNA Central Championship. The plan was for Piper to interfere and cause the disqualification. A 63C, so there is room for this to improve over time. It continues the feud because of the DQ finish, but no skill improvements, so that feud will carry on into our next pay-per-view. Next up, Harry Smith and Lance Hoyt announced that they are forming an alliance, so that is us confirming on camera that the Killer Elite Squad is back, and I get a 73B-, so a good one there. Lance Hoyt is learning to show more charisma and develop better performance skills, but the match itself disappoints, only a 55C-. In the match that had some good action and average heat, the Hollywood Supernovas defeat Team 3D, the VIP list, and Harry Smith and Lance Hoyt, the Killer Elite Squad, in 14:37, when Joey Ryan defeated Showtime by pinfall with a double underhook facebuster. The Hollywood Supernovas make defence number 1 of their TNA World Tag Team titles. Two tag teams showed great chemistry, which was Team 3D obviously and Harry Smith and Lance Hoyt. That will hopefully take Team 3D out of the tag team picture and we can allow other teams to go for it, and we can use them to kind of job out to the stars. A couple of storylines progressing there as well. Morrison's improving performance skills, Joey Ryan flying in performance skills, and Lance Hoyt's improving his rumble skills. And then your negatives will obviously just be people going all out, stamina, inconsistency, and then the title prestige, but we'll build it up over time. You know, we'll make it a decent title eventually. Next up, Matt Striker is backstage with EC3 talking about his upcoming match against Samoa Joe. A 72B- there, so perfect, good stuff, EC3. And then the match itself, despite being the 4th time that it's happened, actually came up with a good result, a 77B. And about the feature great action and average heat, EC3 defeated Samoa Joe in 14:31 by pinfall with a fast roll-up. EC3 was tiring, good chemistry between the two of them, but it does the job, it keeps EC3 over. He wins the hardcore match. Samoa Joe's improving his performance skills, and we'll see where we take EC3 for here. That's good, I don't know, can we click on him? No. So I'm interested to see what his popularity is and where we take him from here. And that's just obviously Joe saying I can perform better if you don't put me in a hardcore match, and I'm assuming EC3 will say the same. Yep. Then we have GM, Kurt Angle, turning heel, joining Jeff Hardy. That's a 66C+. Hopefully he should be fine. As you can see, I've changed his push from the authority figure to occasional wrestler. The 5th man in Lethal Lockdown is Kurt Angle. He joins the heel team. Jeff Hardy's improving his performance skills and showing more charisma, and that'll lead us to the big match later on. We then have a commercial with Adam Cole. He's hyping up the next pay-per-view. It's a solid filler segment for 75B-. Then the Lethal Lockdown itself, I actually had to put it a cage match because Lethal Lockdown was banned. Somehow it wouldn't let me use it because of Challenge TV, so I just made it a 5-on-5 cage match. But in a match that had some good action, an average heat, Jacob Goodnight, Jeff Hardy, Tommaso Ciampa, Rhino and Kurt Angle defeated Chris Hero, James Storm, Rob Van Dam and Matt Sydal and AR Fox in 14:35 when Kurt Angle defeated James Storm by pinfall with the Angle Slam. I don't know how it's going to work with Angle. I want to give him one last push, you know, to elevate other stars, but obviously he says he's retired in-game, so he'll probably keep moaning every so often, but I'm going to have him as an occasional wrestler, and we'll get him wrestling most pay-per-views hopefully. But only a 57C, one of the storylines has advanced there. James Storm's off his game, Rhino improved his rumble and performance skills, Jeff Hardy on performance skills, and James Storm on flying skills. There's going to be so many negatives here, yep. Because it all out, poor gimmicks, consistency, people having declining physical ability, you name it. But that's the job, and I got people on the card, so happy with that. And so just be so many people complaining. Next up we have a a promo from CM Punk, just hyping up the next match. Usual CM Punk, done to a 92-8, perfect. That should hopefully give us a good match between him and Ricochet. They're obviously fighting for the 4th time, so I'm really scared how this is going to turn out. It might flop. It kinda did. And a bout that featured great action and a good crowd, CM Punk defeats Ricochet in 25-29 by pinfall via GTS. CM Punk makes defence number 7 of his TNA World Heavyweight Championship. It probably would have been higher, of course, the 4th time, it needed to be better. We wanted to give them time, and unfortunately, it just didn't work. Still, 69C plus is okay. We don't need the main event to really deliver now. The Battle of Honor storylines continued. CM Punk improves performance skills, and he remains champion. So he's been champion since October. Ricochet's obviously not going to be the man to carry the company. He'll take a bit more building up, and we'll see where their storyline goes for that. It's Punk's 7th title defence. Next up, having successfully defended his championship, CM Punk holds the title belt aloft one hand while standing over the fallen Ricochet, 85B+. The reason for this was, obviously, I kind of had a wee bit of film and may get a lower rating, so I thought it was a segment after it that's pretty decent, and hopefully, the crowd's ready, they're hyped up, and then that goes into the main event, and that helps the main event get a better rating. So that's fine. Then there's a video hyping up Daniel Bryan versus Adam Cole, which is an 86B+, and improves their storyline. The match itself has delivered massively. That could actually be my best match in this series so far. In a match that had excellent in-ring action and great heat from the audience, Adam Cole defeats Daniel Bryan 24-42 by pinfall, illegally using the ropes for leverage, because obviously he's a heel, and 96A+, absolutely perfection between those two. Maybe down the line, if we get Daniel Bryan a permanent deal, that could be a 100 match, but that's fantastic. The storyline continues. Cole improves in his Rumble skills. Adam Cole's going to get a massive rub for that victory as well. And that's with him having a poor gimmick, so that could have possibly been a 100 match, but that was outstanding. They've really delivered there. And then to finish the show off, I don't know how this will work, but we'll see. 82B. Daniel Bryan is heading down the aisle after his match. As he reaches the stage, he gets attacked by Adam Cole, who came out of nowhere. Adam Cole succeeds to powerbomb Daniel Bryan right off the stage, through a table, and onto a bunch of equipment. As Adam Cole looks on smiling, Daniel Bryan is stretched out with a neck brace on. This is our way of writing Daniel Bryan off television, because obviously he's on a loan deal. I think we do have one more appearance on him, so we'll see how we work that one out. But great, just absolutely fantastic match between those two, and that continues it from a storyline perspective. Yeah, absolutely delighted with that. Now let's see how that affects our overall rating. Hopefully the match between him and Cole saved us and got us a good rating. Here we go. An 88B+, so that's actually made it really good, so that match actually saved me and gave me one of my best pay-per-views, so the company is really starting to take off now. And if we can get these new signings in, we are going to look at a hell of a start to this now. We are really going to kick on. So obviously Adam Cole and Daniel Bryan straight away get praised for great performances, and Ricochet will just say, if I can find him, just give him some encouragement just to keep him happy. But Cole's very happy, Daniel Bryan's pleased, Ricochet's pleased, an 88B+, I'm delighted with that. Let's just hope it's reflected in the likes of our buy rate and stuff. The other good thing is, well, it's now a national company, bigger pay-per-view deals when they're available, bigger TV deals. As I say, it's going to take another, I think, another month or so before we can start going for TV deals. But once that's available, hopefully this company can just kick on for here. So we need to try and get it done before the rest of the industry is really low. But delighted with that. The show get fantastic reviews. Let's just see what else is there. Rob Conway could be staying with New Japan. Lance White heading for an injury. Maybe we need to bring him in on a permanent deal, actually. Let's just see Iron Man Harry Smith. So we'll probably like to get them in permanent deals, so they're not just wrestling for New Japan and are firmly our talent. So we can push them and we won't lose them. Apart from that, looking good there. Let's look at the size. Yep, Great Lakes, Midwest, Puerto Rico, Northwest are all up to 66. That's amazing. The money's up to over 4 million, so we made the most money we've ever made from ticket sales. Look at that. Compared to even June of last year we're up 1 million on ticket sales, so hopefully that helps, although we did do more on show costs. But I think this could be 1 month we actually really do hit profit, and a good bit of profit, especially in the pay-per-view revenue, up 200k at least, so that's good. That's really good, so I'm happy with that. Check my emails. So it's just Devitt's gone from TNA. I was hoping that wasn't going to spoil anything, in fact it hasn't. It's just Smith, Joey Ryan and Lance Hoyt feeling the effects of grueling schedule, and Lockdown get a 3.23, which I believe is our best ever rating. Look at my user log, I want my user stats. So 102 shows I've done now. Obviously not all have been on the YouTube series, because obviously I've done 2 months beforehand, before actually, you know, putting it on as a series, just to get kind of used to the game, because this is pretty much one of the first days I've done on TEW, which is scary. I've just continued to go, and as time's went on, I think I've learned a hell of a lot, and it's really starting to show now. Because you can see there, everything there has happened in 2016. Obviously I gave myself highest reputation just because I was new to the game, and I just wanted to enjoy it and just do ideas, so happy with that. But there you go. Our highest buy rate was Lockdown there, our highest attendance was Lockdown there, our best show was Lockdown there, 888, and our best match was the Adam Cole Daniel Bryan match. So everything there has pretty much been the best so far, so that show was just unbelievable. And it makes you wonder if Punk vs Ricochet had delivered, how good a show that could have been. But I'm delighted with that, guys, I really am. And that'll book us on to the next pay-per-view, which if I go at my schedule is Against All Odds in 5 weeks time, so that's good. That gives us a bit of time to build up and get some folk in before we properly put a match card together for that. So guys, before we finish up, we'll quickly look at our title prestige. Hawkins' Central Championship is now a 67 C+. That's the only thing I'm probably still kind of concerned about, is just dealing with title prestiges and gaining them, because I still seem to be losing a lot of prestige. But 67 C+, and that's his third title reign. The Knockouts is at 45 with Mia Yim. The World Heavyweights 91 with CM Punk, so that's fine. I always like to give long title reigns. World Tag Team 69 C+ with the Hollywood Supernovas, that's fine, in their first title reign. And the X Division with Soldier Ant is at 70, with so many X Division champions since I started the save. That would have been roughly July 2014 in game. So I've been playing this save, what we're at now, pretty much 9 months. That's unreal. Been a good save, but fun save, really enjoying it. So anyway guys, that's it for this episode. Thank you for tuning in. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like. If you've got any comments, please leave them in the comments section. And until next time, this is 21 Maxwell, and I'll see you all real soon. Bye bye.